Oh, bonsai.
Oh, my mic
What's up?
was muted, but yeah, welcome back to Miyagi Kai episode 10.
Yep, this is going to be a really great episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody, I hope everyone's had a good weekend.
Mm-hmm. Hope everyone's been doing well, because I know it's kind of been, I didn't do any live streams last week, and I do apologize for that, but we're back now.
Yep.
Yeah,
You don't have to explain. Life exists outside of this dojo, so sometimes that takes up a lot of our time.
yeah,
Exactly.
true, true.
But yeah, it's pretty much from where we left off last time. Like, we were pretty much talking about both episode 6 and 7,
Yeah,
what that's going to look like.
Yep.
From what I remember, we pretty much been talking about, like what, like how episode 6 will finish off with Sam and Malin continuing to on their little scavenger hunt on
Yeah.
finding those
Yes.
symbols.
Yep. Did you send a link to Joe in the chat? See if maybe he can come.
Well, I put it in the group chat, but
Okay.
I don't think I sent it to him individually, but I can do that real
You want?
quick.
Yeah. You want to try that?
Mhm.
Just so he knows it's up.
where is Rapper?
I don't know, but I mean, I think he might have been maybe he might have been busy. I think that because remember he was wondering if we could switch to an earlier time. Remember
Oh yes,
Oh,
yesterday?
okay.
because I know the last time oh, I did our live stream. Joe was able to come on.
Yeah, so maybe he might this time.
Although I believe we that was Thursday. That was on a Thursday, so that's maybe why he was able to make it. But we'll see.
Yeah,
But yeah. Anyways, I'll go ahead and pull up the script for episode 6 first before we dive into episode 7. So I know we've pretty much been on episode 6 for a while, since
yeah,
I have not always been able to live stream, but we pretty much left off with Sam and Malin continuing to find the squirrels, and them deciding to put their differences aside and actually work together.
yeah.
But yeah.
Did they already find the first symbol? Or not the first the other symbol? So I think the one with the lion. Did they already do that?
I don't think so. Which we're about to get to, and we're about to write those down.
Right. We talked about that though, right?
Yep, we did. And from what I remember, like, we know that for Sam, like, her symbol will be honor.
Right. And for Maylin, her symbol is going to be a
Strength,
lion. Yeah,
a lion.
strength.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of honor, do you remember what we said? For Sam, like what that symbol would look like? Like,
Yeah, I do. I put it in the group chat. I'll resend it again. Henry, no, this is not a pre-recording. We're doing this live right now.
yeah. And we know Miguel. For Miguel, it was strength and
Okay, strength and
courage.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So based on that, I'm thinking that for like for the next scene, he'll focus on on maybe Malin first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
And then we did, and I do remember us talking about like how uh, but yeah, as I was saying, like we talked about like for how for Malin, it will she will pretty much have to go through, so she will pretty much have to, I don't know, like di- have to use some sort of what what did Joe like suggest for Malin?
Like some sort of like a challenge, um obstacle, like maybe like to try to like maybe the symbol is like underneath the boulder or something.
Underneath the boulder. Then has to use some. Malin at first tries to use some sort of shovel or tool
Right.
to dig it out,
I was
but
thinking, what if she actually breaks the stone?
Oh
breaks this,
wow.
kind of similar to what Tori did.
Yeah. Yep.
But of course she doesn't try that first.
Yeah.
So kind of thinking that for the next scene they like Sam and Malin walk alongside together and come across like some kind of lake,
Yeah.
pretty much some sandy area where they do come across that lion symbol for that resembles strength, and then
Yeah.
Malin tries to dig it out.
Yeah.
So I can
That's a good
I'm
idea.
pretty much gonna start off with
Oh, I gotta. Oh my god. I just thought of something
What?
that Malin can possibly do.
hmm,
Um, um, what if Malin um does that sand technique that Chosen did when he was little?
which
Oh,
oh yeah,
yeah, episode
you're
two.
talking about like the final fight where Cho between him and Daniel where Chosen breaks shatter shatters that stone with a kick.
No, I think he's
No,
talking about episode two of season 5, where, like where
that's
yeah, that scene where Sato was having his
yeah,
students
made him
dig his,
do.
yeah, dig their fingers repeatedly in the sand.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Like kind of pretty much like Sato's uh, what's the word for it? Sato's words of
Um,
train body, training body with mind.
Yeah.
Pretty much one.
what if Maylin does that for the symbol of strength?
Yeah,
Yeah, that could
could
work.
totally do that. But just have to figure out like what like if she were to get into that stance, what move would she use to actually dig that symbol up?
Uh, Well,
because from what I'm thinking right now, if she were to use the same stance that from what the younger chosen did, my thinking is that this would be some sort of stance that would that would power her up to
right,
enough to actually either break the stone or actually and dig up the symbol.
right. See, I don't know about the moves. Joe would know better than any of us.
Yeah. I mean,
I wonder.
I know he did mention some ideas like regarding the
Yeah.
symbols, but the moves, I don't think we didn't get the chance to really talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
So,
ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and type some ideas, and maybe something will come into my mind, because that's kind of what happened to me when I was writing those 2 episodes for part one. Like, some more ideas came into my mind.
yeah. So, what I was thinking we could do is like we could have like instead of scene where they're digging with their hands, but like Malin like sees like it's useless or something, and she says to Sam's like I have an idea. I have a move, but something that and and Sam like kind of like looks at her and she gets into like that same position that Chosen was in, and she like and she and she does the same move, and when it's not like working quite well, Maylin says, let's do it together and see. And once they do that, once they do it and they do it together, it kind of it removes this it works actually. It works a
Yeah.
lot better.
Hmm.
Oh,
So,
well, what episode was that in again?
Season 5, episode 2.
oh, that move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking before we actually put that down, I'm thinking that it'll start off with Malin kind of trying to brush off Sam, saying that she can do it herself, and that she she would
Yeah.
rather, of course,
Yeah.
take the easier route by actually digging it up with an actual, tool
Shovel.
or shovel.
Yeah.
But of course,
Yeah.
it'll break.
Yeah. She said, this would work. She would be like, this would work better with a shovel.
Hmm.
Is that a symbol
Is that a symbol?
of the tiger?
Oh, did we say a lion or a tiger?
Lion. Sorry, lion.
No, it's all good. It seems.
She says we have to get it out.
Yeah.
And Malin looks around sarcastically and says, well, there aren't any shovels.
wait. I'm thinking like I'm thinking Malin is like, you're not telling me that we have to dig it out using our hands.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Malin like sarcastically looks around and says, "Last time I don't see any shovels anywhere near here." And Sam like looks at her seriously, and Sam looks at her seriously, and Malin says, "Oh come on, you don't expect us to seriously dig the symbol out with our hands, right? It's like a shovel would be better." And Sam, it's like, or she says like, "Oh come on, you don't expect us to start digging it, to to dig the symbol out with our hands. I mean, can't we just like it's like and Sam like looks at her seriously. It's like, no, it's like we don't have to dig it out with our hands. We could just we could just will it out with we could just will it out with our telekinetic powers. We just will this. We could just will the symbol out." And then she looks at her and then looks at her and Malin's like and the Malin's like it's like really and and Sam's like start digging and they start dig and Sam starts digging with her hands and Malin just like rolls her eyes and just kneels down and just like whatever and 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 just digs with Sam.
Mm-hmm. And my thinking is that that when Malin kind of like decides to stop digging and she pretty much finds it useless. She decides to use some sort of, I don't know, like since there's no shovels around. My thinking is she tries to use some sort of.
Here's the thing: they start getting like all they Sam and Malin they start getting dirty and all sweaty and like they're like exhausted. They do it for like about an hour, and like they're exhausted, and it's like and then it's like to the point it's like they're like Malin says they're never gonna get it, and Sam's like, I didn't realize giving up was also kind of the kind of honor that you wanted to get. And Malin's like, not giving up, I'm just being realistic. I said, well, realistically, and Sam says, realistically, that symbol is in the sand. And unless you have another way that doesn't involve that, unless you have another way of getting that sand, of getting it, keep digging. And like Malin like looks at her hands and looks at Sam's, and then she like realizes something, and she gets down on her knees, and Sam's like, and Sam's like, what are you doing? She like stops Sam, and she says, this may work even better. And she does the move that Chosen did in episode 2 that Sato was teaching his class. And she does it over and over and over again. Her hands are getting deeper and deeper into the sand, getting closer and closer, but it's like getting harder and harder to get to.
Oh, I just remembered something from one of the ideas that Joe gave us.
Okay.
Yeah, like I remember Joe, like as Malin and Sam start digging even deeper, something unexpected happens. Like pretty much like the part of the sand beneath them crumbles as they kind of fall into a little hole,
Oh,
get out.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And pretty much like as they're pretty much like having to find their way back to the top. Like Malin does a little something to prove her strength.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
I remember that now. Yep.
Okay, all right.
Pretty much gonna type what you said earlier.
Can I go off topic for
Yeah, go ahead.
for a second? I
Mhm.
Melissa, um, this reminds me of that. This reminds me of that episode on Smallville when uh Pete and Clark uh uh first discovered the cave in season 2
Yeah.
when
Where they go crashing into it.
yeah, this reminds me of that scene.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You can just will it out with our minds. They are not um they are not uh Jedi's. I know.
Oh my god, they are not Jedi's. This isn't Star Wars.
Oh, and something. Yeah. So after, oh, I actually just thought of something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like when, like from with that line. Um. Okay. So after an hour's passed, um, keep going, Tyrell.
Yeah,
With what we were writing.
you can keep talking
I'll
while I
I'll
put
wait till
down.
we get up to that line, right where Malin's about to give up.
Mm-hmm.
And soar. Or you know what she could say? Like, she could say, "Look, Samantha-san,"
Oh, okay.
kind of like Chosen does always to Daniel, and Kamiko does.
Mm-hmm. It is pointless.
It's pointless. You put from 2 times.
Ugh. My bad.
No, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I just wanted to point out.
Yeah. Never thought giving up.
Was a part of your sense of honor.
And then that's when something within Malin kind of
Actually, Sam said. Actually, something that Malin says. Malin says, "Yeah, well, I'm more of a thinker, not really a doer." And you're not, and only for Sam to turn around and says, "Well, you're not much of a digger either." From where from where I'm kneeling.
Mhm.
And the Malin says, "Yeah, well, it's like, yeah, well, I prefer not to get my own. I prefer to get things done that don't involve getting my hands dirty." And then, well, actually, says not a digger, and Malin, then something like clicks in, like something after that, something like clicks into like Malin's head, and she says, "A thinker, not a digger," and maybe I don't have to use my hands, just my fingers. And that's when she
starts piercing through the sand with her fingers using that
yeah,
technique.
yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and put that down.
Yeah, she's like, she's right. I'm not a digger with my hands, but with my fingers.
Gold digger.
Yep. No, she says, "I'm not much of a doer."
Oh, doer. But a thinker.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. She go back, because Sam is going to respond.
Huh?
Sam is going to respond. She's going to say, "This is where Maylin gets the idea," and Sam responds with, "Well, from where I'm kneeling, you're not much of a digger either." And And that's where Maylin gets the idea, and she goes, "You're right. I'm not much of a digger with my hands, but my fingers are a different story.
Okay.
Or with my hand. You don't have to add the different story part.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I'm like from what you said, like when Sam responds like from where I'm reeling,
Kneeling,
from what
kneeling,
I'm feeling, yeah. Okay.
kneeling.
Okay, yeah.
Kneeling, not feeling.
Oh, reeling?
Kneeling. K
Feeling.
N K N E E
Okay.
L E. No, K N
From where I'm kneeling.
kneeling. Yeah,
Oh, where I'm kneeling.
you're not
You,
much of a
you are
are not
not
much of a digger
much of a digger.
either.
Then clicks. She responds.
With my hands.
Where I am not a digger with my
But my
my
fingers.
fingers are a different.
Well, hold on. No, but with my fingers, and like instead of like finishing it, she kneels down, she stops Sam from continuing to dig, and she uses the move that Chosen does.
Okay. Yes.
He did.
Okay. What was the technique?
I don't know. I don't
I
know,
don't,
but
I
Joe
don't know
might
what it's
know.
called.
You don't know it. So
Okay.
and as she does it repeatedly over and over, and they're getting closer and closer to she gets closer and closer to the
Symbol.
symbol.
But before they can reach it, that's when the sand
It
beneath
gets hard, a
their
little
feet
bit harder.
crumbles.
Yeah, it gets harder and harder.
Mhm.
So she asks Sam to help her,
Mhm.
and she says, "I can't do it by myself. Can you help me?" And and Sam gets into the same position as she does, and she said, as and she shows Sam the position that she wants her to get into, and Malin shows her the move and asks Sam to do it with her
Mm-hmm.
as it gets harder and harder and harder. And they do it together, and Sam does it, they do it together, and they're able to get the symbol out.
Mm-hmm.
They're able
But
to reach the symbol as they break right through.
mm-hmm. But just
I
like
don't think they should. Yeah, I don't know if they should fall through like a cave or something because that right there kind of like I mean, and then you because then we can have something like as they pull the symbol out, like something starts to like kind of like rumble.
uh, oh, you know what I'm thinking? Like as this, instead of them falling through, I'm thinking that that maybe like something beneath Sam's, like some of the sand starts to slowly start caving in, and that's when Sam starts to slowly kind of like drown in it, and then that's when Malin pulls Sam out before she can.
Yeah.
That's what that's I think that's what
Yep.
we should put down.
Yeah, like quicksand or something, you
Yeah,
know?
quicksand, because like since they're so close to water, it does make sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Because quicksand is mixed with sand and water. Because
Yeah.
yeah, before we start going deeper, I'm gonna probably put that down first before I
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah. Now she would have to pull like Sam out with something.
No, I don't think it has to be something. I'm just thinking that Malin quickly reacts and
Well,
grabs
let's say like
Sam's
yeah,
arm.
well like let's say like Malin's able to get out. Like with quicksand but with quicksand it slowly starts taking Sam in and like what if Malin like's gotta get like grab like a stick or something to pull Sam out? Like, what if Sam she reaches out for Malin to take her hand, but Malin looks at her and she looks as though she's gonna abandon Sam with the with the sy- with the symbol in her hand, and like like she runs at it like she runs away. Sam like looks at her like completely scared and terrified. But then like just when she's about to give up, like Malin appears like with like some kind of like long stick or something, like a rope or something, like a
Yeah.
rope or something.
Well, I think it's gonna from where they are. It's gonna be a long stick.
Yeah,
Like Sam is gonna think Malin is gonna abandon her, but Malin is actually running off to grab that long stick to.
yeah, to pull her out because that'll show her like really true strength.
Mhm. Yeah, let's before we get into it further, let's go ahead and start start writing that down.
I'll be right back, Terrell.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. It's like hold on to this. I'll pull and I'll pull you out. And I'll pull you out, and then you can give me the whole. And then this just sounds so much like within Maylin's characters. Like then you can give me the whole. Oh, I thought you were gonna abandon me. Speech. Speech later after we get out of this alive.
Okay. Yeah.
After we escape this death trap alive.
Yeah.
This whole death trap.
This give me this whole. I thought
you were gonna abandon me. Speech. Speech moment later, after we escape this filthy. So hard after we escape this filthy, dirty, hand sore death trap. With all of our limbs still intact. With all of our limbs still intact. I thought you were going to abandon me, speech, after we escaped this whole digging, hand sore, or hand aching, death trap with all of our limbs still intact. Does that sound like something she would say?
Yeah, although it's kind of a little too descriptive, but I'll take it.
Later. After tact, later.
Later. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I say that? Sounds.
And as Maylan's pulling around, and she looks at Sam like struggling, continuing to struggle. It's like, geez, Lou, so you're heavier than you look.
Okay. That would
Or
be a little.
geez, Samantha, son, you're heavier than you look. Or
Mhm.
you're not as light as you look.
I think she'll probably say this like when Sam is almost
Yeah,
out of the sand.
yeah, yeah. It's like, geez, Lou, so you're not as light as you look. Or geez, Samantha, son, you're not as light as you look. I think it's Light.
No, I think the light as the as in bright light is
Yeah.
actually spelled Lighthc
Oh
from
yeah,
L.
you're right. You're right.
The other, yeah.
Sorry, I got
No,
my
it's all
lights
good.
mixed up. Got my
We're not as light as you look.
and Sam's like, I would normally take offense to that, but keep pulling. Sam,
You know,
I would normally take offense to that, but just shut up and keep pulling.
as she and Malin collapse on
Sam looks over at Malin and says, "You just saved my life." That that right that is an honor I can never repay. And then Sam says, "Well, at least I got some, well, I mean, and the Mayland says, Sam actually says, well, we might not have gotten the symbol, but at least you got, but at least we, but at least we're able to leave this cave with something, your honor."
mm-hmm.
And Mayland says, who says we didn't get the symbol?" And she
Oh yeah.
reaches in and she reaches in the palm of her hand, and and she opens up the palm of her hand, and she shows the symbol. And Sam's like, when did you get that? It's like right before uh right before you were almost right before you were almost swallowed. Or no, right right as you were right as I was you were struggling to get out. Or right, just moments before you were almost just moments before we almost became part of the sand ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back, Tyrell.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, so and okay, so I'm all caught up now.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sam's symbol is honor.
Yeah, and then from what we talked about, like Sam and Malin eventually bump into these two people who happen to be a part of their group, like who are with this tall guy, super tall guy named Archer Lee, and the other one
Yeah,
named
and
Maria.
yeah, Maria, and
Maria.
also to Tyrell.
Yeah.
The reason why I wrote it, the reason why I had you write it the way that we did. You remember that line? Remember that line here. Uh, I'll write it.
Oh, oh, remember that.
To come. That's for you, Taro.
Okay. Oh. You send it on Instagram.
No, I sent it right here in the private chat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you,
I was
read,
looking. I was
read it.
looking at my
Read it.
phone.
What do you think? Read it. What do you think?
She says she
Is that?
owes Malin for saving her life. That's going. It's
Oh
going as a
yeah. Don't
comment.
read it out loud. Don't read it out loud.
Oh,
Is that not clever or what?
oh, yes, yes, yes. I do remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that not clever or what?
Very clever. That's what I'm saying. Pretty much get
Okay.
that to where they
Where they try to figure out where, yeah, where they try to figure out where the next symbol might be.
Oh damn. Oh damn. That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. If you're reading the group, what Melissa said in the chat, don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Melissa, that's not bad at all. Honestly, I like it.
It's all.
Yeah. And this this let's see. They say, "Hey, it looks like we're on the same route." The girl and the guy has said, "How many symbols have you and how many symbols have you guys found?" It's like found almost all of it, and Sam and Malin answered, "Found almost all of them except for
Give me,
one."
give me one.
And and the boy asked, "Which one?" And Malin, uh, Sam responds, "Honor, the honor symbol."
Oh. Okay. All right, Underground. I'll see. We'll see. We'll see you probably later this week. Have a good night.
Yep. Yep, definitely. Have a great night, Underground.
But yeah, from what we talked about, like these two people are pretty much like are definitely not gonna are definitely not gonna team up with Sam and Malin.
No. No, they're not. And so yeah. Ugh. We found the courage symbol. Or we
Was
found
it
the
the strength?
strength. Yeah, the strength symbol.
And then I believe that's Sam then says we are looking for the honor symbol.
Yep. Did they already find the courage and strength symbol?
Well, they found just the strength symbol so far.
Okay. So you know what the next symbol should be? Honor should be for last. So let's have them look for the courage and strength symbol.
Yeah. Like, although we did talk about like something happens where these two kind of like, what do you call it? Like they kind of start bully, trying to intimidate Sam and Malin,
Yeah.
and then like something happens where it kind of gets physical as this guy
Yeah.
knocks both of them down, and he somehow gets a hold of Sam's octopus necklace, and that's when.
Yeah. Hold on. Come on. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with my phone. But yeah, they try to intimidate them. So we are currently looking for, I think it was the honor and strength.
Yeah, the honor and strength symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's actually the courage and strength symbol. My bad.
The courage and strength.
For the courage, should probably change that. So wait, did we say that Sam's symbol is the honor symbol, right?
Yeah.
So this symbol would be. I'll just say courage and strength symbol. Yeah, I'm thinking that this is before they start intimidating Sam and Malin. This is like this dude introduces his name first as Archer Lee, and then that's when he then says that girl next to him is this is Maria.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
Yep.
after they introduce themselves,
Oh,
that's
she
when.
says, "Oh no, wait." Sam says, "It's like, aren't you in our like?" Malin says, Aren't you in our group? Or not a group, but aren't you in our class?" And the guy says, "I'm Archer, and this is Marie."
Mhm. Yeah, I'll probably write that down first, and then. And then after they introduce themselves, I'm thinking that Archer then says, for someone who talks about courage and strength, you two don't look like you two sure don't look like it.
Yeah, well, hold on. So for someone who found who's for someone who found the strength symbol, you two don't look like you're very strong. You two don't look like you're very strong. Says with an arrogant tone. Actually,
Yeah.
let's have Marie say that.
Okay. Yeah. Since Marie actually never said any lines, let's have her say it.
Yeah. So do you want to end it like maybe in like 15 minutes at the half hour mark at the
Yeah.
half hour mark?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think before I'm kind of thinking like I feel like for the others, never mind. But yeah.
We'll take our time, like that's how the best script this is how this is going to be a really good script. We take our
Mm-hmm.
time with it.
Yep. I
And
do.
that's how we come up with the really good ideas. And we continue the phone calls every single Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Discuss what we want to discuss our ideas, and then Tuesday we write them down. Like we put them down what we discussed.
Yep.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Back to where we were. Like with Marie saying, "You two don't look very, very strong," in a very arrogant tone.
Yeah,
And then,
and
do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think is gonna respond to?
uh, I would say I would say who do you think should respond?
It's, well, I'm kind of leaning more towards Malin since she's actually the one who got the
Yeah,
symbol.
it's like she could be like, it's like yeah, well we're just yeah, it's like yeah, well we're just full of surprises. Yeah, well, don't be so quick to judge. We'll be so we're yeah, well don't be so quick to judge. At least we got our symbol. We're just full of surprises. So we are full of surprises instead of the so. Or you know what? We're just full of power.
We are full of power. And then I think Archer will respond and probably says power in a pretty mocking tone.
Yeah.
Power? As
Power
he laughs in
more
a
like more like afraid to break a nail.
wait, what was that?
More like afraid to break a nail.
He laughs in a very mocking tone.
Yeah. And Sam and Balin holds out her hands and says, "All broken, and I didn't even have to use my hands to get this to get the symbol." as she holds it out. As she holds it out to their faces.
What did Malin say about her fingers?
It's like, she said, why did she says, well, I didn't seem to break anything. Well, it's like, well, I didn't seem to break anything except a sweat when I got this, not through my hands, but through my fingers. With my fingers.
Well, I didn't seem to break anything.
Except a sweat.
To get this.
Just my fingers. And that stuns Marie and Archer and that quickly shuts up Marie and Archer as they look at the symbol.
And you know what I'm thinking next, like when Sam and Malin move past them to continue searching for the symbol, and then when they do eventually reach it, I think this is when Archer and Marie come back, and that's when they get physical after getting shut down like that.
And then because then Sam like, and then Sam like smiles at Malin and looks at them and looks at them and says, now if you'll excuse us, we have a scavenger hunt to win. And she pushes right past both of them as she and Malin walk right through.
Mm-hmm. And that pretty much transitions into when they do find that.
And then Malin and Archer like look at the two of them, and then at each other, really angry.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the courage and strength symbol, like, what do you think? Like, what is the perfect place for them to actually find it?
Didn't Joe mention something about that? Like maybe somewhere between like in the river or something.
I think that's actually the honor symbol because like I think since this.
I think the honor symbol was like between a cliff. Like right in the middle of a cliff or something.
Oh yeah, because however, since Archer and Marie are involved, how do you think they're gonna do you think Archer and Marie are actually gonna go after them in a river? Because I think it's gonna take place on land.
Yeah, it's gonna take place. Yeah, it's gonna take place on land. That's what I'm saying. It's like the honor symbol is gonna be like where they confront them. Where this is that's why I said the honor symbol is probably I could see it being between like when Mr. Miyagi and Daniel put the put the bonsai tree in Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
That's where I could see it being.
Yeah, and that's when Archer and Marie reappear again.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking that Archer and Marie don't come after them right away. and I think that Sam and Malin continue to look for the courage and strength symbol without having to deal with them. Yeah, at least not yet.
Yep.
Pretty much with where we're at with time, I think we can call it from here, even though like
Yeah.
didn't get the
Yeah.
chance to write down. At least we know what we're gonna put down.
Yeah. Yep. We can call it right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, even though we didn't quite get to episode 7, at least there's a good chance we will.
Yeah, listen,
But,
it's better. I'd rather us take our time on this rather
Mhm.
than write it perfectly, then rush right through it.
Right. I think out of all the episodes we've wrote, I think this one might be the best one we've written so far.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. Hey, are you going to check out Sunday? Joe's podcast, Joe's interview, Joe's live stream on
Oh,
Sunday.
is that what he's doing? His interview with with Dennis's actor
Yeah. Yep.
Christopher.
William Christopher. Yep.
Will and Christopher. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
What time is it?
7 p.m. my time, which would be
5 p.m. my.
yeah.
Oh shit! I work during that time frame.
Oh, all right.
Oh wait! I think my meal break is at that time, so maybe I might be able to pop in.
Okay. All right. So hopefully to see you there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Probably be in the chat somewhere since it's between him and.
I'm gonna be on that live stream too.
Oh, like in the studio studio.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man. Well, depending on like if
Only
if I
because I helped Joe get I helped Joe basically get in touch with William.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why.
Just speaking of like Joe interviewing with William, like just imagine like I'm kind of motivated to, even though like I obviously don't have a high amount of subscribers, I kind of want to interview, like no one has been able to interview Reina.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But hey, I was wondering, do you think maybe you could send this script to Joe, and then because like I might be able to mention it to William Christopher on Joe's live stream.
Okay, yeah.
So if you could send it to Joe, that would be great.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to hear what he has to say about this.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially getting to hear from an actor about this. That could be huge.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. And this could even bring more audience to our spin to our fan fiction.
Yeah.
Depending on where that goes.
That would be nice. Yep. That would be really nice.
Yep.
This was really great. I mean, we got a lot done.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'd rather us take. I know it seems like a while that we're taking to get to episode 7.
6.
But or it's episode 6.
Yeah.
But I would rather us take our time with this rather than just rush right through it, because we come up with our best ideas and by taking our time,
Exactly. That's how writing scripts works. Like the longer you take with it, the more better ideas you get out of it. Like it's really the quality of the writing that matters the most, not like the quantity of the whole.
Yeah. Yep.
The whole thing.
Quality over quantity.
Yep, exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this was really great. Thank you so much.
Of course, Melissa.
I'll see you on Instagram, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Everyone have a great night, all right?
Yep. See you all next week.
Yep. See y'all next week. And I'll talk to you on Thursday.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.